So I know that building AI agents can feel intimidating. And how do I know that? Because I was intimidated to build my first AI agents, especially with N8N. Therefore, in today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can build your first AI agent without any code and without feeling intimidated. I'm going to show you everything step by step and how simple it can be, so you're going to be able to learn the basics and build your first AI agent. However, this time, since we're talking about, the concept of AI agents and going from zero, to the first AI agent, I prepared like a short slideshow. I know it's not the most impressive one, but it is to basically help you understand what AI agents are, how they work, so when you're building it yourself, you have a better understanding. By the way, the workflow of the AI agent, these slides, and later on I'm going to show how to prompt an agent. So the guide on prompting is going to be in the description down below, where you can download it, everything through Gumroad. So let's jump into the first slide of building your AI agent. So quickly, the video overview and what we're going to be talking about is we're going to explore what AI agents are and how they work. So a lot of times people mistake AI agents with LLM models. So these are two different things, even though I showed four, but two different things. We're going to build an AI agent using N8N, and we're going to learn prompt engineering. And PS, you don't need any coding skills for that, so don't be afraid. So first of all, what is an AI agent? So an AI agent leverages large language models to perform tasks. So for example, a large language model takes an input and provides an output. For example, you can say, write me a blog post, and it's gonna output you a blog post. Whereas for AI agent, you can say, write me a blog post, then it writes the blog post, it publishes on your website, it posts a social media post, and maybe it sends it to your publisher or whatever. So it can use tools and perform extra tasks, not just providing the output. So AI agents add goal-oriented functionality to LLMs, which is great. So again, I mentioned this, but they're capable of using tools and dependencies to achieve specific goals. And that goal can be whatever. Add a record to Airtable, send a Gmail message, apply a label to a Gmail message, write a blog post, scrape a website. It can be pretty much anything, and it can be very complex, and at the same time, it can be super simple. So the difference between LLMs and AI agents, so as I mentioned, LLM simply processes input and provides text-based output. So you ask one thing, it gives a response. That's it. Whereas AI agent takes an input, processes through LLM, uses tools, and executes tasks based on multi-step logic. So AI agent can act step by step and perform certain actions as a human would. So again, AI agents can perform more complex goal-driven tasks compared to LLM alone. And the last thing and the most important are that AI agents, they heavily depend on prompting. That's when we're gonna start building out the AI agent. I'm gonna show you how you can, improve your prompts, make them better, and ensure that AI agent every time completes his tasks correctly. So let's now jump into the N8N. So this is, my workspace in N8N. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press on add workflow, and we're gonna be able to start building this AI agent. So in this video, I wanna share a simple, basic, and easy to understand AI agent. Therefore, we're going to use the most popular method for triggering AI agent. It is on-chat message. So again, if you press a plus sign in the top right corner, there are different triggers, AI agents, and different actions. So for this, I chose on chat message. And what it does, it simply allows us to message an AI agent just like we would do it in, let's say, ChatGPT. We would ask a question, it would return a response. So the chat message trigger does exactly the same. It allows us to chat with the AI agent, but in addition, just instead of just providing the output, it can also complete the tasks. But for example, now we have only one node, which is when chat message received. So for example, it pretty much has nothing. And for example, if I click chat and I say hello, it's not going to respond to anything because we don't have an actual AI agent attached to this node. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the plus sign on this node, and then we have other options. Here, I'm going to select Advanced AI, and you can see quite a lot of options when it comes to building your workflows with AI. So for example, you can do sentiment analysis, you can do a summarization chain, and for example, I personally use summarization chain a lot if I want to summarize articles, summarize website content, summarize scraped videos. It can classify text. So for example, if you have a Gmail labels and you want to apply labels on different emails, you can use text classifier and so on. But in this video, we're most interested about the AI agent. And if I'm going to click out of it, you can see that we have our trigger, which is the message model, and we have an AI agent node. So now let's go into the AI agent to better understand what is under the hood. And the first thing we have is we have the agent type. In this case, it will always have a tools agent pre-selected. So if I click on the drop down, I can see a variety of different agents. There's conversational agent, open AI functions agent, plan and execute agent, React agent, SQL agent. And you might think, wow, again, I told that this is going to be not overwhelming, and yet it is already. And to be completely honest, you can get most of your tasks done with tools agent. So if you're completely new, don't even bother understanding what these are, because most likely you're not going to need these at the beginning. And I've been building, workflows in N8N for quite some time, and the tools agent always have worked for me. And honestly, I didn't even need the other ones. So tool agent, what it does, it can take an input, it can get some tools assigned, and based on that input, it can complete different tasks. So I'm going to leave the tools agent as our agent type. Now, another thing that is important is the prompt. So we can choose two options. First is take from previous node automatically. What does it mean? It means that we're going to take the prompt from the chat message. So for example, if I say, let's say, hello, what the OpenAI is going to do, it's simply going to take that hello and provide it to the AI agent. Or what I can do is define the prompt below. So for example, I can say, hello, how can you help me? And that would be the user prompt. And again, we're going to go a bit deeper into the prompts itself. What is a user prompt and what is a system prompt? But for example, let's say I am a user, I'm saying hello, can you help me? And that would be a user prompt. But in this case, since we have when chat message received trigger and we're chatting directly with the AI agent, I'm going to select take from previous node automatically. So whatever we write to the AI agent is going to be considered as user prompt. But now we have options and additional properties that we can set. And here we can set system message, max iterations, return intermediary steps, automatically pass through binary images. But the most important thing that when you're building AI agents and that you should know is the system message. And this is where the prompt engineering comes in. Because as you can see, initially it says you are a helpful assistant. So basically, what system message does, it defines what AI agent is, what it should do, what tasks it should perform, and what tools it should potentially use, and what the final output should be. So, and when we're talking about the system messages, we have to really go into the prompting. So again, the whole AI agent structured prompting framework, this is going to be attached in the description down below, where you can download it through a link. So don't worry about that. But I've collected this information, after watching multiple YouTube videos, after reading multiple articles and all of these examples. I just gathered this information so you can download it and basically don't have to do the research yourself. But there are important steps when it comes to prompting AI agent. And the most important thing that you have to do is have to give role or a persona to the AI agent. So for example, in this case, if we go back, the only thing that we have in the prompt is you are a helpful assistant, and that's its role. He is an assistant. This AI, or it is an assistant, this AI agent. So for example, if you want to write a more advanced prompt, how this would go is it would say, let's say, you are a world-class CV formatter with experience in formatting CVs for professionals. You have extensive experience in reformatting content into structured layouts while ensuring consistency and clarity. And you can see how much we're already providing information to the AI agent and how important it can be down the road, instead of just leaving you are a helpful assistant. Then the second thing you should always add into your prompt is an objective. So clearly define task and provide step-by-step guidance. This makes sure, for example, if you assign tools to an AI agent, that AI agent uses those tools and completes those tasks. So for example, your goal is to reformat the provided CV into new format, ensuring all contact details are removed and the layout follows the company's brand guidelines. You will think step by step to ensure accuracy. First, carefully read the original CV, reformat the content into new layout, remove any personal contact information, ensure the final layout is neat, clear, and structured. The third thing is that you have to give to the AI agent is context. Explain why the task is important and how it fits into a larger system. Example, this CV will be sent to the potential employer and plays crucial role in securing a job interview for the candidate. Therefore, it is vital to ensure the CV is both visually appealing and professionally formatted. The fourth thing we're going to provide are instructions. So provide detailed rules and guidelines for the LLM to follow, include any formats or specifications required for the output. So this would be the example. Again, I'm probably not going to go through this one by one. Then the fifth step is that you have to give for the AI agent is examples. And in my opinion, a role is what you should always have in the prompt. Role, then you should always have an objective. And the third thing, I think, which is a must, is example. And it is important because if you have a certain criteria for the output, what examples are going to do, they're going to ensure that AI agents follows how the output should be. So in this case, this is example input, and then it provides an example output if we're formatting a CV. Then the sixth thing is giving variables. So I'm going to show you how you can give variables in N8N, and notes. And notes are quite important because what happens with large language models is when you give a large prompt, what they're going to do, they're going to read the beginning, then they're going to read the middle, and they're going to read the end. But the thing is that in most cases, they can forget some details from the middle. Therefore, in the last step, when giving notes, is important to reinforce certain criteria, certain instructions or rules when you want to make sure that AI agent follows them. So again, I probably spent too much time going over this, but this is very important when building your AI agents and prompting them in order to complete all of the tasks accordingly. So again, there's basically no coding in building an AI agent. Instead, you have to be able to explain exactly what you needed to get done. So again, this is going to be in the description down below, or you can download this guide on how to write prompts. But now let's get back. So let's say we have that system message defined. Let's say it's a big one where we have a specific task, let's say reformatting the CVs. But at this moment, if I hit chat, let's say hello, what you're going to notice is that there's no chat model. So what essentially we set up the trigger, we set up the AI agent itself, we defined the prompt, it takes the user prompt, which is a message, but it doesn't really have any brain yet. So for that, we hit on this plus near the chat model, and we have an option to specify which chat model we want to use. And again, there's a variety of options that you can pick from. For example, for blog writing, Anthropic is really good. Also from debugging code, I use Claude a lot. But for example, a lot of cases, I just use OpenAI because it is the easiest for me. And this chat model acts as a brain. So first things, when you add the brain to the AI agent, is that you're going to need to add some credentials. For example, if I click on this pencil, you can see that I have an API key. So what does this mean? This essentially means that I am able to send requests to OpenAI and have the brain of AI inside N8N throughout this piece of string. So how do you get to this piece of a string? So for that, you have to head into platform.openai.com/API keys. So if you don't have an account, what you have to do is you have to set up an account, and then you have to generate your own API key. So you're going to click on create a new secret key, and it's just going to provide a long string of letters and numbers. This is not showing the full string right now because you have to protect the string, because for example, if someone uses this string, what that means is that they essentially spending your money to run their own AI agents. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a new secret key. It's going to join into a string. You copy that value, you go back into N8N, you paste it in here. So for example, if I'm going to go back, click on the pencil again, or maybe click on the drop down and then click on create new credential. This is where I paste the API key, and I'm able to have the OpenAI, or let's say ChatGPT brain inside my AI agent. Then the next step is picking your model. So you can actually go into OpenAI documentation and read about different models and what they have. So as you can see, there's plenty of them, and each of them is better at a particular thing. However, what I'm building for these videos, or I have very simple tasks that AI agent doesn't need a lot of time to think, or the task is quite simple, I always select GPT-4o Mini. Why? Because it is super fast and it is super cheap. So I don't really have, to pay a lot for running my own AI agents. So now what we've done, we've set up an AI agent with a system prompt. So let's assume we've added an extensive prompt over here, and we have added the brain to the AI agent. So now if I chat to the AI agent and I say hello, what's gonna happen is gonna respond to me with hello, how can I assist you today? So as you can see, previously we're getting nothing back and nothing returned. Now it seems like we're talking with a real person. And if we go down on the right, you can see that it even says human, which is we said hello, and then the system, it sees that it is just a helpful assistant. It responded with, "Hello, how can I assist you today?" So that is great. But now let's see how we can add variables into the AI agent. So first of all, I can ask no, let's do it this way. I can go into the AI agent. I can write a dot and say today is, and then we can add a variable. So to add a variable in AI agent in N8N, first thing you have to do is click on expression. Now write double curly brackets and you'll see suggested methods from N8N. For this, select now, and we're pulling a date of today. So today is, and it gives us an exact date time with the time and even time zone. So now our AI agent has a brain and it also knows exact date. So if I go back and I chat with the model, hey, what day is today? What it's going to be able to do is going to be able to respond with the today's date exactly. But let's say we want to improve the AI agent even more. Let's say respond in a very creative way. And let's see how it changes the thinking of the AI agent. So we press the chat. Hello, what day is today? And let's see what the response is going to be. Greetings, fellow time traveler. Today is January 11th, 2025. A canvas upon which the stories of New Year are being painted. The sun dances through the winter sky, inviting possibilities and adventures unfold. Again, this is probably too cheerful for me, but for someone, this might be exactly what they're looking for. And you can see, we'll already see the system prompt over here, and we can see that we instructed respond in a very creative way. So already you can see you learned how to set up an AI agent, what is a system message, what importance it has, and how it can affect the response, plus how you can add the variables. But now I'm gonna delete this because I like, more simpler replies. And we're gonna see how AI agent actually remembers stuff. Because what did we do? We gave basically the trigger, which means the input. We've built the AI agent with the system prompt. We added the variable. We have the brain. But the thing that it lacks right now is memory. And for example, when you chat with ChatGPT, what ChatGPT does, it actually remembers certain amount of your previous messages. So when you ask a follow-up question, it can respond based on your previous question. However, the issue with our current AI agent is that it doesn't have memory. So for that, this is how we're gonna check. The word of the day is, and what it's gonna be, let's say, sunshine. So it's gonna come back with a response. That's a lovely word. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask, what is the word of the day? And what's gonna happen is gonna respond to us that I don't have access to real-time data to provide you with the official word of the day. And this happens because right now this AI agent has technically brain, but inside that brain, it doesn't have any memory. So if I go here, click on the plus, and you can see different options on how you can add that chat memory. But these are a bit more complex, and I'm gonna admit, they require some knowledge on code sometimes, but there is an easy option that doesn't require any knowledge, and that's adding window buffer memory. Oh yeah, it even says if we delete this, click on the plus, easiest. So they don't lie, is the easiest model. What it does, for example, I'm going to execute the previous nodes. So I'm going to see, for example, the inputs. So for example, What happens here is that we need to provide a session ID to the AI agent. And we can do that by either taking it from the previous node, which is when chat message received trigger, or we can define below. And for example, we can drag and drop the session ID, and we can see this value being filled in from here. But simply what this does, it means that by using this ID, AI agent can know about what the conversation is going about. He can look back and see what were the previous messages. So for example, if we, in the context window length, we put 5, that means it can see the last 5 messages of the conversation, and he can tailor his response or output based on those previous 5 messages. So for example, if I really want our AI agent to have, let's say, a strong memory, we can add into the context window length is 10. That means that he's going to remember the last 10 messages, and he's going to tailor, or I'm sorry, I know I keep saying that, but it's, oh yeah, because I'm not from USA, so we use it he, she for whatever. So basically this AI agent gonna have a window length of 10, and it is gonna be able to look back the last 10 messages. So now we added the memory, we increased the context window length. Now we can try chatting with our AI agent again. So I'm gonna say the word of the day is sunshine. Again, he's gonna provide a similar response. Great choice. I know it's great choice because outside the window there's no sunshine where I live at this time of the year. Now, what we're gonna ask, what is the word of the day? And what the AI agent is gonna do is gonna provide us a response based on the previous input. So for example, you can see that it says, since I can provide real-time word of the day, let's stick with the previous choice, sunshine. If you'd like a new random word, here's another one. So you can see it already interacts with us, but by adding the window buffer memory to the AI agent, we were able to make the AI agent to remember the previous word, sunshine, again, which we lack here where I live. So yeah, I'm getting off topic, but we have our trigger. So for example, when we send a message, we have an AI agent that has a system message defined. It has its brain, and inside that brain, it has its memory. Now, this is where, for example, the complexity usually of AI agents comes in, and that is when adding tools. So if you hit on tool, you can see there is like a variety of options to choose from. Personally, I, for example, quite often use Airtable to store data, to store content, to keep, project management going on and so forth. So for example, what you could do, you could add an Airtable tool, and here you can set, let's say, record and operation get. And now, again, I'm not going to go into this much deeper, but basically you can build an advanced AI agent that goes into, let's say, Airtable, gets records, maybe sends a message based on that record. But the goal of today's video was to show how you can start building out the AI agent in a simple way. So again, if you want to download the prompts, the guides for the prompts gonna be in the description below. I'm gonna add this simple workflow as well, and I'm gonna include the slides so you can go over it if you want. But if you think that you want to learn more, and if you think that you want to learn on how to utilize tools for AI agent, let me know in the comments down below, and I might create a second part of this video on utilizing the tools for AI agents. But my goal was to show how to start from the basics and build a simple AI agent that has a brain, that has a window buffer memory, and you can interact with. When it comes to tools, it's a bit more advanced, but it still doesn't require any coding or advanced knowledge. It just takes a bit of time. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.